Hello, Shalom Aleichem. Welcome back to this series, Sefer Jonah, verse by verse, select commentaries. This week we're doing Jonah, chapter 1, verse 8, with the commentary of the Radak. Again, this series is a companion to my other series on Jonah, called Sefer Jonah, verse by verse. That series is an exclusive for my patrons on Patreon. If you are interested in viewing that series, all it takes is becoming a patron. Support at any level, as little as $1 a month, will gain access to that series. What we do in that series is we go through every verse on a weekly basis. I look at one verse a week, and we go through every point of grammar and interesting vocabulary is pointed out. That series is meant to be a bridge between sort of that artificial place where textbook learning leaves you, and it is supposed to bridge you into actually being able to handle actual biblical texts in the wild, so to speak. So if that series sounds interesting to you, check it out. Again, support at any level will gain you access to that series. If this series or any of my other series are interesting to you, I wish you would consider subscribing to this channel. If you want to get a update as when I upload new content, I upload content virtually weekly. So if you want to get updates, receive updates, click the bell icon. Okay, let's get going. Jonah 1:8. As I mentioned, we're doing it with a commentary of the Radak. The Radak is Rabbi David Kimchi. His years are 1160 to 1235. We previously did talk a little bit about the Radak and his literary efforts, the style of his commentary. Some brief comments over on verse 4. So chapter 1, verse 4 of this series, we already spoke about this rabbi. If you want to read up on this rabbi, this wiki article has lots of great info, so just follow that link. Okay, so let's get going. So as always, let's read the verse a couple times before we do the commentary. So, V'yomer elav, and they said to him, Hagida na lanu, tell us now. Ba'asher lemi hara hazot lanu, on account of who is this evil upon us? Ma malaktecha, what is your trade? Uma'ain tavo, and from where have you come? Ma artzecha, what is your land? Ve'emizeh am ata, and from which nation or which people are you? Okay, one more time. V'yomer elav, and they said to him, Hagida na lanu, tell us now. Ba'asher lemi hara hazot lanu, on account of who is this evil upon us? Ma malaktecha, what is your trade? What is your work? Uma'ain tavo, and from where have you come? Ma artzecha, what is your land? Ve'emizeh am ata, and from which people are you? Okay, so a lot of the commentaries find this phrase, ma malaktecha, to be a little weird. Asking a person in this moment of crisis, what trade are you? It's a little weird. So, some of the commentaries want to view this as being kind of more of like, what is your purpose? What are you doing? Why are you on this trip? What is your mission? Some sort of question like that. But the majority of the commentaries and translations, both Jewish and non-Jewish, seem to take this as face value. Simply, what is your trade? What is your work? That's how they translate it. So that's given the scenario, given the setting of when this verse is happening in the story, that's kind of an odd question to ask. So the Radak is going to take a stab at answering it. A few other rabbis take the stabs at it as well as to what's behind this. So let's see. So here is the verse, the commenting. V'yomru, and they said, Hagidan lanu, tell us now, ba'asher l'mi ra, on account of who is this evil. She'atahu mi she'avuro bo alenu hadzara hazot, because you are the one who from whom on account of who this evil, this strife, this stress, this horrible thing has come upon us. Hagida ma malachtacha, tell us what your trade is. And he says, sort of weaving through the words of the verse, weaving in, interjecting words to fill out the purpose of the question. So he says, he takes the words of the verse, Hagida ma malachtacha, tell us what your trade is. And he adds, Al eza avon nit pasta, on account of what sin have you been caught, essentially. Mahi malaktacha, what is the trade? What is this trade, your trade? Ulaihi melechet ramot, perhaps it is some sort of dishonest trade. Perhaps it's a trade in which has a element of trickery or dishonesty in it. The Hamas. Or perhaps that there's some sort of violence and theft, some sort of crime, other criminal element in it. But for that, on account of this, on account of the fact that you are a mobster or some other horrible profession like that, on account of that, atachayv, you are obligated for punishment. And by virtue of that, because you're a lightning rod, so to speak, and we're around you and you're on our boat, we're all going down with the ship because of you and your lousy sins. So that is an interesting take on it. So them asking what is your trade, they're basically like asking, like, are you a crook? Are you a mobster? Are you involved in in a gang? Are you a criminal? And is it all on account of your sins, your bad acts in your profession, that this horrible storm is upon us? In other words, are we to be punished vicariously because of your bad acts? You remember, in the pagan world, being punished vicariously was not was something that they believed in. He believed that innocent people would perish for other people's problems. Okay, I hope you found that interesting. The Radak is always interesting. Okay, so that was Jonah verse 8 with the commentary of the Radak. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you'll join me again next week with the next verse. I wish you the best. Kol Tuv. Hatzlacha Rabba. Keep learning.